Nestled alongside the Merrimack River, its western border a state park, and eastern end Plum Island, Newburyport is a destination less than 40 miles from Boston that offers something for everyone. Free of the summer bustle, but still full of coastal charm. In the springtime, Newburyport's waterfront is waking up. There is so much to see and do, even if the weather can be temperamental. On a sunny stroll in the heart of downtown, pop into shops galore. Or if seasonal showers sneak up, take cover in the tannery.
In the 70s, this was a working tannery.
Sue Little, founder of Jabberwocky Bookshop, a staple in town since 1972, was one of the tannery's first tenants.
The arts, the retail, it's a perfect combination, and it's become kind of the heart of the community.
Inside the old mill buildings, complemented with a couple new ones, there's everything from a bike shop to home goods to cuisines of all kinds, including pizza that's been declared Newburyport's best, Epicurios.
I think I'm going to do an experimental one.
Slinging the pies, Tony Carbone, now a local with roots in the pizza powerhouse cities of New York and Chicago. So how does he describe his pizza?
I always position it as kind of like a mutt, and which started out as one flour, turned into two, and now it's 4 different flours, and I'm kind of a lunatic about the whole thing.
To keep the product crazy good, he makes a limited amount of dough.
Like, I could do 100 pizzas, but the quality is going to suffer.
This is a family affair. Tony's uncle manning the phones.
Epicurio.
You could even catch sight of his kids.
My daughter Angelina's 13, my son Peter is 11, and it's been situations where it's been all hands on deck.
It's going to be 20, be about 15 minutes. Can I get a name?
During that brief wait, remember there are books to browse, or dare I say, do dessert first. Down the hall, whoopies, not to be confused with whoopie pies, are baked fresh at Chicoco Baking Company.
So we put 24 to each tray.
Husband and wife team Alan Mons and Julie Ganong moved into the tannery in 2012. They needed more space after their business exploded when, humble brag, they were featured on Chronicle.
My phone started blowing up because we had so many pre-orders. After that, it literally put us on the map.
Chicoco is now a full-blown cafe, but to remind viewers of their origin story, Julie is from Maine, home of the whoopie pie. The couple rebranded their creation as simply the Whoopie because, while still a treat, it's smaller, all-natural, and made with ingredients like real fruit puree.
So they're not as sweet, and buttercream instead of Crisco or marshmallow, and we're always coming up with new flavors.
Oh my goodness, raspberry cream, birthday cake, lemon cream. How do you decide, Julie?
Depends on my mood for the day.
Oprah, yes, the one and only, declared the salted caramel her favorite.
Wow, the inside hit me. Must be true that Oprah's never wrong.
Meantime, back at Epicurio, our pie is ready.
That's the goal, you know, just to keep producing a product where people are like, wow, I've never had anything like this. Make them weak at the knees.
Tony. Uh-oh, catch me. Weak in the knees. Weak in the knees.
Back downtown, cloud cover still overhead, we duck inside another town treasure.
The theater was started by Andrew Mungo and Nancy Langston, and it actually started as a film society before it was a theater.
Opened in 1982.
Thanks for coming to the screening room.
Becca and Ben Fundis purchased the screening room during the COVID pandemic when it was at risk of closing, moving their family from New York State.
It was an opportunity for us to change things up, and we've loved getting to know this town and becoming a part of it instantly.
An adventure for sure, but these two are passionate about what they do.
We met working in a movie theater.
We met working in a movie theater. Both of us have loved movies in different ways. I studied film at Bard College. She studied anthropology, but, you know,
took a lot of film classes.
Took a lot of film classes.
An art house, expect the unexpected here, but sometimes a quality Hollywood crossover.
I mean, we showed Barbie, we showed Oppenheimer.
We did, and we showed Elvis.
And then we followed it up with something from France, I'm sure.
A little bit of everything, but a lot of our movies are pretty, like, thought-provoking and, yeah.
Yeah.